Hello world, this is Peak Performance Mentor. I'm your host Diego Natale, and today we're going to discuss a very important topic, thoughts and destiny. But before, if you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe button below so we can grow organically. With your help, we can reach more people that can benefit from the material presented in here. Without further ado, I want to say start with, if you are searching for that one person that is going to change your life, just look yourself at the mirror. I know this sounds cheesy, but it is the most significant statement that if you understand it, you will change your life, because you need to change yourself into the person you want to be. So today I want to talk about how important your thoughts are. You bring everything in our reality. First of all, our personality is what defines us as individuals, and is the total sum of our past experiences and our biology. So we start with everything starts with a thought, and nobody put a thought into this much, but thoughts create feelings, then those feelings create a behavior that reinforces those thoughts, and you create a loop that sometimes is very hard to escape. I want to give you an example about this. Let's say if you didn't watch the episode E201 Micro Decisions from Peak Performance Mentor, you can go and watch that one first. But however, everything starts with a thought, right? Let's say you want to get in shape. You want to get in shape, so you are going to start programming your week from Monday to Friday to have an operated system to create good habits, put them there, and work out. You have the plan, right? So the thoughts start when the alarm goes off in the morning and you need to wake up to go to the gym. You have that thought, right? That is like, damn, I don't really feel like working out. So that thought, it gets to an action, which is hit the snooze button and say, well, I'm going to sleep a little bit more because exercising is difficult and I'm very tired in order to perform well when I'm working out. As a result, you don't go to the gym. And that day in the evening, you feel bad and say, oh, I'm getting out of shape, or I'm not in shape, I'm not getting into shape. So as you see, a thought traduces to the feeling, that traduces to an action, and a result. That result actually reinforces a thought process at the beginning. It's like, I'm not in shape, perhaps I'm not good enough. Perhaps, I don't know how people do that, waking up early in the morning, and all the bitching starts, and actually you start quitting because you don't convince yourself that you are strong enough to do that. I wake up every single morning at 5:45 a.m. and I put my working out clothes and I go to the gym. From Monday to Friday, I start on holidays. Actually, yesterday, I went to the gym yesterday. I went to the gym today. Honestly, from Monday to Friday, I follow what I preach, because honestly, if I don't go to the gym, I don't know what to do. It's a habit. It's a habit that I form, and that's the way to actually reach your goals. So what I want to explain a little bit more in detail is, and I have this here on my screen, that is thoughts and perceptions. We say that everybody has different perceptions based on your biology and past experiences, like I said before. But you have thoughts and perceptions, right? That those thoughts, as I explained before, they produce feelings. Those feelings are a state of consciousness, a disposition brought about by our emotions and desires, which ultimately come from our thoughts and leads to an attitude you have based on your feelings. Then you develop this attitude. That attitude is mentally a thought process or a habitual way of thinking that becomes characteristic of a person and would lead to a character, right? So we were in an attitude, now we have a character, and this character actually defines who you are. This is actually how you behave on a consistent basis, and how you behave daily is gonna pretty much tell you who you are gonna be, and your destiny. I'm gonna say again, thoughts and perception leads to feelings. Those feelings, right, define an attitude. That attitude defines your character, and your character defines who you are, what you do every day, and who you are gonna be. Because if you are an angry person with negative thoughts and you punch people in the face, most likely you are gonna end up with the charges and in a lot of trouble. That's oversimplifying perhaps a little bit, but based on the episode 101 micro decisions, please plan accordingly what you're going to do from Monday to Friday. Stocking good habits is really good. Try to get rid of the bad habits. Have a precise schedule of activities and follow it. Make one good habit per week in a small increment, and that's gonna lead at the 1% better every day. So that is a circle, right? That is, you have your thoughts, your feelings, and pretty much if we simplify it a little bit, you have actions, and those actions give you results. And those results don't have to be positive. Those results will be negative. If your thoughts are negative, that have a tremendous impact, right? Science tells us, I'm a chemical engineer, have a master's in toxicology. I am a very strong science person oriented, right? So I believe in the scientific method in doing things. You have an observation or a question that is a research topic area, then you develop this hypothesis, then you test your hypothesis with experiment, analyze the data, and you have reports that conclusions analyzing that data, and then the cycle goes on and get to results. But science showed, number one, think constant positive thoughts. Actually, you know what the Navy SEALs are. So when the Navy SEALs are, they always say it pays to be a winner. They consider themselves a winner, and they have incorporated into the program positive thinking. And apparently this positive thinking, you know that we say from 300 to 1,000 words to ourselves. The data that I have in here says every single minute. I think probably we say a lot, but I don't know if 300 words a minute, but perhaps through 300 to 1,000 words an hour. But what the naval SEALs do, and they increase the percentage of success by using positive thinking during this training. And let me tell you a little story. Apparently, I had a friend that was training with someone that actually was not a Navy SEAL, but as you know, I've been in the military, and was working with a person that is also as good as a Navy SEAL, but it's a Canadian equivalent. And this person, they went for a run, and always this person was saying not to quit. I will never quit. I will never quit. And the result that they achieve was running a longer distance that they both were planning to run. They will say, we will run until we cannot run anymore. And that leads to number 2, right? Is the rule of the 40%, or what I call the 40% rule. I didn't come up with this. Actually, David Goggins, right? He's a Naval SEAL veteran. He's currently the world record holder for most pull-ups done in 24 hours. He did 4,025, and this guy is a mega marathon runner. But the things that David Goggins have done is, without any training, I was reading online, and without any training, he actually went to a 100-kilometer race without any training whatsoever and say, I'm gonna do this, and it was from today to tomorrow, and he got in there and finished it and ran those 100 kilometers without any training. I think at kilometer 60 he had a broken foot, but he band-aided and finished the remaining walking. It is online, you can look at that. So the key of this is, when you think you are completely done, you actually are 40%. So that's the mental trick, right? So push yourself, because when you think you're done, you have 60% more to give. Number 3, create daily goals in order to be better in 1% every day, right? So sometimes it's difficult to focus on the big picture, like completing the Naval SEALs training or making it to the Olympics. So instead of these competitors, sometimes what they do is they focus about today. And I know when I was taking military training, sometimes when I did my military training, it was extremely was hard. It was hard. I'm in really good shape, and I've always been, and I'm always winning to the best results. I'm platinum in the force test in the Canadian Armed Forces. Is the 0.01% of normal distribution that actually gets that. I'm getting it every year, right? And I'm 50 years old. But when you are under pressure, you need to concentrate in small little things. What I'm gonna do, what I was saying is, I'm gonna make it to lunch, then I got to lunch. If I wanna quit, okay, I'm gonna get to dinner. Then if I still feeling I quit after dinner, I'm gonna make it until breakfast tomorrow. Then, you know what, I can quit breakfast after, but I'm gonna make it to breakfast. And there were times that I wanted to quit, and what I say to myself is, you know what, I'm gonna finish this at all costs, and then I'm gonna quit, because I'm not a quitter. But make things in little increments, right? You want to be 1% better. Do things, grab a piece of paper, an A4 folder in 4, and put 3 things that you want to accomplish that day that for you are important. The statement should be, if I do these 3 things today, I'm happy with my day. And try to do 2 of those 3 things in the morning. Yeah. Number 4, write your goals as mission statement. And this is something that I'm gonna explain perhaps in another chapter. A mission statement is something that we do a lot in the military, where you have to be precise how you communicate things, right? So you need to put a mission statement that is a lot involved in that process, right? I'm gonna show you something that I have in here. Mission statement. This is how it is taught, right? There are key factors to consider. There are a battle procedure to follow. There are mission statement, mission analysis, an estimate section, with tons of factors. So if you follow that process, you will be successful in your mission. However, here, what you need to know is this. A study from Harvard showed that people who have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. And listen to this. As those who write them down are 3 times as likely to reach them as those who don't. So people who have goals, they are 10 times more successful than those ones without any goals. And from those people who have goals, the one who writes them down are 3 times more likely to be successful. So what I want you to do when you do something, when you have a goal, write it down with the 5 whys: the who, the what, the why, the when, and where. Right? Write it down. We're going to discuss what is going to happen when you write down your goals and put it in a piece of paper, in a book. I have my mission statements from 8 years ago that I've been written down in my book, things that for me were dreams, and they became a reality after 8 years, after 7 years, after 5 years, after 2 years, after 1 year, right? So write your goals on paper with the 5 W's. And in another episode, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. I can tell you what my mission statement is, or it could be for Peak Performance Mentor, and I put it in here, and it's like something like this. I, Diego Natale, that's the who, will develop and run Peak Performance Mentor, that's what, podcast, YouTube channel, program, in order to make the world a better place by helping others to become the best version of themselves through my life experiences and education, while making a living out of it, right? At one point, perhaps I could get profit from it. There is nothing wrong. Put how much money also you want to reach. And I don't know, let's say I want to make $5 million a year, right? Dream big. So that's why, right? And researching, not the money, but helping people is the main goal. Then why, right? Then you have reaching full operational capabilities no later than December 31st, 2022 for a minimum period of 3 years by using any media device whenever I am, whatever I am in the world. So that's answer when, not later than December 31st, 2022. I need to be at full operation capability. So, and the where is anywhere. I'm gonna do it from my computer, from my laptop, from my phone if I have to, right? So I selected all those things. And I wanna keep the format of this podcast short. So I'm gonna leave you as I'm always gonna leave you. And it's pretty much thank you for watching. If you find anything useful of what I had to present in this podcast, please click the subscribe button. It's gonna help me tremendously and get this to a wider audience that hopefully will be useful and they can improve their life. So for now, I'm gonna say have an amazing weekend. Be grateful for all the positive things, little things that you have that will unfold a life of gratitude. Be nicer to each other and make someone smile today. This is Diego Natale, Peak Performance Mentor. Have an amazing day.